To create a workspace layout, click on the Workspace button in the left-hand corner. A workspace layout or a montage is the way that you would like to display your signals. To create a new one, you can add a sheet. There are some default Noxturnal sheets. Otherwise, you can start off with an empty one and add signals to it. You can name your tabs or your sheets as you go along by right-clicking and rename. Once happy, select OK. The available signals to add to your workspace are located on the right-hand side on the Signals and Data tab. Here you will find all your available signals. So for this tab, I'm going to add my ECG, EEG, EOG, and EMG signals. When I add these signals for the very first time, they will be of the raw signal without any filters applied. Once your desired signals have been added, you can reorder them by left-clicking and holding and dragging to the correct position. I prefer then to group my signals of the same type by right-clicking on a signal first, selecting Group Signals of the same type, and I do this as it allows me to view the gain signals more clearly. You can even group a signal on its own. I then add my appropriate filters by right-clicking on the signal, Filter, Filter Presets, and choosing the appropriate filter. I can then go ahead and further change the properties of the gain values. I also like to lock these signals and exclude when scaling so I don't lose the size and the scale of these signals. Further to this, I can change the colors of signals by going to the signal property, then under signal, I can then change the color. Once happy, press apply and then OK. I will now create a second tab with all my respiratory signals. Once again, renaming the sheet to my preferred name. And then adding any available signals on the far right-hand side under Signals and Data. I can also use the Find tool to locate a signal that I would like to add to my montage or workspace. Once happy with the signals I've added to the montage, I can once again rearrange, set the time base located in the window section, add different scales, show values on appropriate signal types, group signals of similar types, It is common practice to have split panes, so if I would like to move my respiratory pane to the bottom of the screen, to do this, left-click on the tab you would like at the bottom of the screen, hold and drag until you see the drop to split, and release. You can then make further adjustments as you see fit with the screen. You may wish to also add a hypnogram or sleep stages view by clicking on View and adding Sleep Types, which adds a hypnogram view in a bar format. On the respiratory pane, you can click anywhere and then use the Fit All and Scale All button, which will try to fit all the signals into your available space. I would be careful of using this in the PSG tab. Once you are happy, go into your Workspace Layout button, select New Workspace Layout, ensure Copy Current Layout is ticked, and save. This workspace layout will now be available to you for future use. Some further setting changes can be found under Tools, Settings, and General. Background sleep staging watermarks opacity can be changed, as well as how your page flip is treated with your mouse wheel or your arrows. You may also find it useful to link up these two bars on the top and bottom pane in order to match up any associated events. To do this, right-click on an empty area of your top pane and change the properties of your synchronization line to always visible. Do the same thing in the bottom pane. Find an area that is empty, right-click, Properties, select Always Visible, Apply, and OK. You will now have these lines permanently visible, which will allow you to easily link up two events, such as a movement event here of the legs linking up to an arousal. Lastly, we do have an ECG filter available. You can do this by right-clicking on any signal that you would like to apply this filter to, going to Filter, and choosing Filter Out ECG Artifact.